Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you had a great day today, especially when it is already Friday. I need to adjust the camera angle a little bit better. Anyway, it is Friday and finally weekend is just around the corner. I have been waiting so long for today. The reason why I skipped yesterday's video because I was preparing for something very important today, and this is the result. I'm gonna show it here. I had a meeting with a few customers today to talk about their project, what we can do, and what our relationship is going to look like. I was pretty much unprepped for this whole meeting because I did not receive the document on time. I received the document like right before the meeting, so I had pretty much no time to prepare anything at all. And I think that I did a pretty great job today. I hope that this will help me boost my own confidence as an interpreter in Korean, and I think that this will help me advance in my own career, maybe as a pre-sales supporter. But without any further ado, I just want to jump right into today's topic, which is controlling someone who is absolutely a pain in the ass in the team. This might be a very controversial topic to touch on, and this might also bring me some problems if I don't limit this video from certain people. But I really want to bring this to light because as a PM, as a project manager, you have to deal with a lot of kinds of people, and some of them might be very annoying to work with. As a PM, you have to understand that being a senior, and seniority doesn't mean being experienced in a certain area of the project. As I'm working on this one project right now, this one guy is supposed to be the technical leader of the whole team. He's supposed to guide them. He's supposed to work on everything as fast as possible. But this guy is the sole reason why the project is going very slow, and it has been behind the due date for a while now. This project, if done well, could have ended a month ago, but we are still going on right now, and I have to pull in a few people from different departments to help me with this project because this one guy, he's delaying everything that he has to do. A few days ago, it was our country's holiday, which is the Independence Day. Everyone was supposed to take a break. I did not. I had to power through the holidays with a lot of work. Before the holiday, I messaged this guy and tell him that, hey, the developers have already pushed the new code onto GitLab, and as you are the technical leader, please help me release the latest version of the source code because I really want to test it before the holiday comes. He did not reply, and I think that maybe he was busy with other projects, so I just let it go because his other project was basically on fire. It got so many complaints from the customer that the whole team have to OT throughout the weekend, and also one day out of a 2 days holidays. So at that point, I thought that I would message him again, maybe on the weekend, maybe on Monday, which was the holiday. But he was still working OT and stuff like that, so I thought that he could help me with my project as well. But then weekend came, he did not reply even though I messaged. And then Monday came, I messaged again. He basically told me that he did not saw any change in the code, so he would not do it. And I told him again that this developer has already pushed his code onto this branch, so please check again. He left it there on red. He did not say anything. He did not reply. It went away again. And then Tuesday came, which was still the Independence holiday, and he did not reply to my requests either. And I did not expect him to reply, to be honest, because first of all, he did not work OT that day, and second of all, I don't think that he had any intention on helping me, especially when it is his holiday as well. And I do not blame him for that, to be honest. I should have planned better, and I should have forced him a little bit more before the holiday. And I think that this is my biggest lesson learned out of this whole project. And the biggest problem with this guy is that every single time I asked him whether he had already finished his part, he told me that, hey, I have already finished my part, I've tested it, it ran well on my computer, and it ran well on the development environment, and it was my fault that I trusted him and I let him do whatever the hell he wanted. So then Wednesday came and I realized that there is no way this guy is going to help me. So I asked the team lead, like the one that managed the whole team, that includes me and that guy, that hey, this guy is not working as I wanted him to, and he is not helping the project at all. The project was supposed to end last month, but he is still keeping it going, and I need it to end as fast as possible. Can you give me or another developer the right to like merge the code on GitLab and stuff? I just requested it. I don't really know how to describe it in English, so I'm just gonna leave it there. But after requesting that, the team leader was really like helpful. He immediately gave another developer the right to maintain the code, like to basically able to merge the new code into the old code and then like release it as the latest version of the source code. Thanks to that, I was able to release the new version of the source code, and then the whole team got together, the supporters got together, and then they tested the application and then found out what's the problem that need fixing. It is still ongoing right now, but for the most part the problems are solved. We can finally try to close this project for real. That is the whole story, of course. But then you would ask me, how did I manage such a person in the team? This can depend on a lot of factors, whether this guy is actually wanting to help or not. I think that for the most part this guy meant well, because at some point he did do his work. It's just that when he is faced with 2 or maybe 3 projects, his priority is a little bit crooked. And I know that my project is not as important as the other project, but still this is his responsibility, and he just decided to like throw it away, and he did not care about it anymore, and I cannot stand that attitude. This guy, he basically like got into another project and then he wrecked that shit to hell as well. So he actually got a lot of complaint from other team as well, and I think that the complaints got to the division leader, and the division leader already knew about this, but I think that he is still in consideration whether to like keep him or not, because he still needs to like consider his pros and cons to see whether this guy is making more value or he is wrecking shit more than what he can create. I also kind of contribute to this process by reporting to the division leader in the most like righteous way, should I say. I don't want to be absolutely like wrecking him in my report, but I would like state the whole fact that, for example, that the developer has already pushed the new code onto the branch, but then this guy, when he merged the code, for some reason he did not merge the new code, he just left it there, and then he gave me the so-called new version of the code, but then it ended up being the late version, like the previous version of the code, which is a very unprofessional move, because I was expecting to get the code to be able to test it, but then it ended up to be the previous version, which is the wrong version, the version that still has a lot of bugs, a lot of errors, so we could not test anything. So what I would advise you guys to do as PM in this kind of situation is that you have to bring it up to the higher up, because in this situation, if you cannot control them as in PM, especially when this guy is older than you and has more years of experience than you, then you need to bring it up to your boss, because in this situation it can vary, it can depend on a lot of factors, but in this situation, if you have to control someone who is has more seniority than you might not be able to control them, because at that level, as a senior, they have their own thoughts, they have their own way of deciding how the work is going to get done, and you might not be able to tell them what to do. But that doesn't mean that you have to like annoy your boss with all the complaints or reports about this one guy. You have to try and try again until you feel like you cannot work your way with this guy anymore. Like, you cannot work with this guy anymore. No matter how much you try to support him, no matter how much you try to like give him chances, he will not commit to what he has promised you. Then you have to bring it up to someone who has more authority than you, because they need to look into this as a whole, as a big picture, to see whether this guy is worth keeping, whether this guy is like supposed to be on this team or he's supposed to be on another team. Because as much as I want to say that he is not a great team player, I think that if he was assigned another role that is more fitting for him, he can do his job pretty well. So anyway, this video has been really long, and I hope that you did not fall asleep in the middle of it. I hope that this video can help you somehow, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video then. Stay safe from the storm, and yeah, goodbye.